What is up everyone, and welcome back to the channel. I can't believe it, but we are finally at the end of 2018. Now, I know a lot of people are going to be super happy about this. Unfortunately, again, 2018 has not been the best year for everybody, but it has been a very, very good year in gaming. This has been really difficult for me to narrow down every single game I played this year into my top 5. Now, originally I was gonna make it top 10, but I was starting to feel like some of the 8, 9, and 10 entries I was putting in, they just weren't really like that exciting, so I think I've managed to narrow it down to my top 5 that I'm really, really happy with. Now, I wanna first of all ask you guys, what is your game of 2018? What is your game of the year? It doesn't even have to be a game that came out specifically in 2018, because like myself, I know a lot of people like to just play absolutely anything. It doesn't matter when it came out or anything like that. And it's the same with me. Like, I played a lot of games this year that came out ages ago. For example, I'm still playing things like Uncharted 4 at the moment as well. So let me know in the comment section, what is your game of the year, or what has been your top 5 games that you have played of 2018. So let's get started. In at number 5 is a game that came out in 2018, but came out a very long time ago as well. It was the first time I got to play this game, and I absolutely fell in love with it. It is Shadow of the Colossus. Now, the funny thing is, I was actually so sure that this game came out in 2017, but because the start of the year just feels like that long ago to me, Shadow of the Colossus was such an amazing remake. I absolutely adored playing that game. As I say, I never got the chance to play the original Shadow of the Colossus, but after playing The Last Guardian, a lot of people recommended Ico and Shadow of the Colossus to me, and both of those games did not disappoint. Now, while Ico never quite made my list, I did play Ico for the first time this year as well. Shadow of the Colossus blew me away. My finale is one of my most viewed videos on my channel, which I am super happy about because it was just such an amazing game. Now, this one at number 4, it might surprise you. I was asking you guys in my Discord and on Twitter, which game do you think is gonna be my number 1? And a lot of you said my number 4, which is Spyro the Dragon. Now, I know that might seem really weird to some of you because I was so excited for Spyro coming to the PlayStation 4. I was constantly buying everything merch related Spyro the Dragon growing up. It meant a lot to me, and it was a very, very special game. And it is no different when it came to the PlayStation 4. I still need to play the third one, and I have almost finished the second one. It's just very unfortunate because it is giving me really bad motion sickness, so it's taking me a little bit longer than I would like to get through the game. But overall, Spyro had to be on my list because Spyro just is fantastic. It's nostalgic to me, it means so much, and just getting to play it again a little bit older, it just meant a lot to me. So Spyro definitely had to be on my list. Now, the number 2 and the number 3 slot was very difficult for me to place them exactly where I wanted them to go, but in at number 3 is Detroit Become Human. I love this game so much that I played it twice on my channel because I really wasn't happy with the first ending that I got, and I got so much flack for how I played that game, but honestly I was trying to play it so that everybody could have the best ending. But what I loved about that game is that it wasn't the same for everybody. So I play it one way and I think I'm doing it right, whereas the person that's maybe playing it in a mean way ends up getting it right. Like, who knows? That game was just amazing. I loved it. Everyone seemed to have a different journey on that game, and the ending just blew me away. And at one point the ending just blew everybody up because that's what I chose. But anyway, I panicked, okay? In my second playthrough, I almost got the perfect ending, but I completely panicked. But regardless to how the game ended, it was about the journey, and the journey of Detroit Become Human was amazing. I loved all of the characters that we got to play as. It blew me away. It had twists, it had turns, and it just kept me wanting more. I wanted to play it again and again just to see all the different ways that the game could go. And I feel like if Telltale wasn't already shutting down, they could have learned something from Detroit Become Human, just with the way that it could go so many different ways. And that's what we want. When we get a variety game like this, where there's so many paths and choices, we want to see that the tiny little things actually mean something, and Detroit it did it perfectly, and I loved that game. In at number 2 is a game that I put hundreds of hours into, Monster Hunter World. The funny thing about Monster Hunter World is I wasn't even gonna cover that game. That's the thing. I remember I requested it from Capcom, I didn't get it, and then I was like, oh, do I want to go out and buy it? Like, I've never played a Monster Hunter game before, like, am I even gonna like it? I didn't like the demo, I didn't like the beta, and I was like, oh, I'll just give it a go. Like, why not? Like, graphically, it blew me away. So I was like, I like the look of the graphics, and I like the idea of the game. So I went out, got myself a copy, got Studio a copy, and then the next thing I know, all we were doing was sitting on the couch, 2 separate TVs, and every single night we were doing the missions, the challenges, and everything, and I was like, I really like this game, like I can totally get into this. And then before I knew it, I was playing it every single night for months. Months and months and months. And honestly, Monster Hunter World just blew me away. It's that game that I didn't know I was gonna love. That's the thing. A lot of the games that I play, I've already done my research and I'm like, yeah, I think I can get into that. I think I'm gonna like that. But Monster Hunter World, it was like, it came into my life and it took over, and that was that. It just absolutely blew me away. And now I'm thinking about playing the Switch Monster Hunter game. I think it's Monster Hunter Generations. I'm not sure if that's the name, but I know a lot of people have been asking me, like, maybe you could try that Monster Hunter game or try some of the other ones, and I am sorely tempted because I loved Monster Hunter World that much. Now, before I announce my number 1, I know a lot of people are gonna feel a little bit strange about my choice, mainly because I expected it to be Red Dead Redemption 2. I just expected it, and unfortunately, there was too many spoilers in my comment section and it really put me off finishing that game. I am gonna go back to it when I want to, but it's not my number 1. But I expected it to be my number 1 of 2018. Like, that's how hyped I was for that game. So with that out of the way, my number 1, which I know a lot of you know already, is Dragon Quest XI. I can't even know where to begin about the awesomeness that is Dragon Quest XI. So again, Dragon Quest XI came out last year in Japan, and I watch a lot of Japanese streamers, but there's one girl I watch the most, and one day she's streaming Dragon Quest XI, and I was like, ooh, and like JRPG, like I like this, I'm into this. And I remember I watched for a little bit and I was like, I want this game. I want this game. And then I found out that we were gonna have to wait an entire year before the game was coming to the West, and I wrote it down a year from then. That's the thing, it was in my 2017 diary, Dragon Quest XI, watch out for it. And then when it came round to it, I remember saying on Twitter, I was like, okay, Dragon Quest XI is coming out. I don't know how it's gonna do on the channel. I feel like nobody's gonna watch it. It's not the usual style that I put on my channel. But what I'll do is I'll upload a couple of episodes and I'll see how it does, and if it doesn't go anywhere, I'm just gonna play it, because regardless, I wanted to play it. I was so excited for it. I remember in my first episode, I called it, was it Dragon Quest 6? And I got so much hate for it, and I was like, oh my god, I recorded that at like 3 in the morning because I was so excited and I waited for the download. It took all night, and then yeah, I recorded it. And unfortunately, I got the number wrong. I was like, oh no, what have I done? So anyway, after I started uploading the first couple of episodes, I was like, people are really into this and this is amazing. So I finally got to go on a journey on my channel with viewers that appreciate it. I absolutely adored it, and it's still going on just now. We're almost finished. I'm in the post game now. And I just love it. I love it so much. I love the music. I love the enemies. They're so adorable. The slime is on my Christmas tree this year. That's how much it means to me. And the story, the character depth and the development on them, and it's fantastic. And if you love those RPG kind of games, then this game is for you. And I know a lot of people were like, oh, but it looks really cartoony and it's a game for kids, and it's really not. By the way, it is a child-friendly series on my channel, but the game is dark, okay? It is dark and kids may enjoy it, but it's the adults that are gonna understand the story. You know, there's a lot going on in the story and it's amazing, and I could just sit and talk about it for days and days, and it blew me away. Again, like Monster Hunter World, Dragon Quest was one of those where I was like, I don't know how it's gonna do, but I'll play it anyway. And then the next thing I know, it's my main series on my channel and people are begging for it every single day, and I spend every single day on Dragon Quest since the day I bought it, and it's just, it is my game of 2018, and it's gonna be up there with my favorite games alongside The Last Guardian and Final Fantasy 12 and Spyro, like all of my all-time favorite games, and Dragon Quest 11 is gonna be up there. So yay! Loving it, loving it, loving it. So this has been my top 5 games that I have played in 2018. I would love to know what your top games of 2018 are. Please leave them in the comment section so that we can all see what everybody has been playing. 2018 is coming to an end now. I want to do another video talking about my highs and lows of 2018, and yeah, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for all the support on everything I have played this year. I love you guys so much. Thank you, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye.